I remember the scent of lilies that day. The same flowers my grandmother always kept in her living room. They filled the church where I stood, ring in hand, promising forever to a woman whose mother would try to betray me before our honeymoon ended. I never mentioned the inheritance. 3 estates, old money, old land, passed quietly into my name before she died. My grandmother always said, silence protects more than words ever will. I didn't understand back then. I do now. For a while, I believed in the illusion. The dinners, the laughter, the way my wife would reach for my hand under the table. Love, I thought, had finally found me. I wanted something honest. I didn't know I was surrounded by architects of deceit. It started small. Her mother, sweet, meddlesome, always concerned. She asked questions too pointed for casual conversation. Do you have any family property left? Your grandmother was quite well off, wasn't she? I brushed it off. Curiosity, I thought. I was wrong. Exactly 7 days after the wedding, the doorbell rang. Her mother stood there, forced smile painted across her face. Behind her, a man in a grey suit, holding a leather folder, a notary. She claimed she wanted to help us formalize financial matters. Her voice was sugary, but her eyes were cold, sharp, scanning for leverage. She acted as if she already owned the room. I played dumb, smiled politely, signed nothing, watched. That night, my wife barely touched her dinner. She kept glancing at me, waiting for me to bring it up. I didn't. Silence again. The weapon my grandmother had handed me long before she died. By morning, the warmth between us began to curdle. Calls from her mother became constant. We just need a signature, dear. I ignored them. The setup was clear. They thought I was a fool in love. They mistook quiet for naive. I noticed everything. A new phone tucked in her purse. Whispers after midnight. Bank forms half-filled behind the couch cushion. Her mother's number scribbled on the back. It didn't take long to confirm what I already suspected. They planned to transfer assets from a family trust that only existed in the mind of manipulators who underestimated me. I waited. I planned. First, I moved everything, every estate, every account, into a holding trust managed by an independent attorney my grandmother had once trusted. Ironclad layers they could never breach. Then, I played the part they expected, clueless, adoring husband. I even feigned guilt over being secretive. It made her sloppy. When she asked about the inheritance again, I smiled. I want to surprise you, I said. I'm preparing the documents to share everything. She cried, tears I now knew were rehearsed. We'll sign in a week at the estate, I added. She believed me. Her mother must have believed her too. That week, I watched. Phone calls, hushed plans, fake affection. A lawyer's number flashed on her phone one night. Greed had made them predictable. The day came. I invited them to the old estate, the one with the oak-lined driveway and the study my grandmother once sat in with her tea. I had set everything in motion. A private investigator, a friend from law school, and 2 hidden cameras. They arrived dressed for victory. Her mother clutched her purse like it held the keys to my life. My wife held my arm, trembling, soft smile in place. I almost pitied her. Almost. Saturday. The notary pulled out his papers, ready for me to sign. I opened a folder of my own. Inside, copies of their messages, screenshots, voice recordings, and a legal notice. I slid it across the table. Her mother's smile cracked first. My wife's eyes darted between the papers and my face, realizing too late that I knew everything. What is this? Her mother stammered. Evidence, I said quietly. Enough to send both of you to prison for attempted fraud. The silence that followed was heavy, like the air before a storm. I leaned back, calm. I'm not pressing charges. Not yet. But you will sign these instead. 2 documents slid across the table, annulment papers and a legal restraint forbidding them from approaching any estate or asset in my name. My wife's lips trembled. You planned this, she whispered. No, I said. You did. I just finished what you started. She cried. Her mother hissed, threatened, bagged, then realized it was over. The notary excused himself, pale. I watched them leave, heels sinking into wet gravel. 6 months have passed. The estates are quiet again. I've restored the gardens. The lilies bloom once more. Sometimes, I sit in the study where my grandmother once did. Her portrait smiles across from me, knowing. I think of how close I came to losing everything to a woman who claimed to love me. But I learned what my grandmother had always known. People reveal themselves when they think you are blind. Love didn't blind me. Silence saved me. I still keep the wedding photo not out of nostalgia, but as a reminder. She smiles in it. I smile too. The difference is I already knew, even then, what I wasn't saying. 3 estates, 3 lessons. Never announce your worth, never trust the ones rushing to sign, and never underestimate the power of what you don't say.